Hey guys, I'm Dr. Andy. Today I am joined by RJ Totten. He is a local personal trainer. RJ, thank you very much for joining me today.
Yes, how are you? I'm happy to be here.
I am fantastic. Thank you much. RJ, I've met you a couple times. I've loved all of our conversations, but maybe the audience doesn't know everything about you. So tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and a little bit about your studio.
Okay, so I'm from Burlington. I went to Southern Alamance, graduated from Southern 2005. So that's not
Okay.
that old, but I'm
Okay.
up
No,
there.
I graduated in
Yeah.
2005.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I got a little college in my background. I went to GTCC to join their PTA program.
Okay.
And I got the opportunity to work actually while I was in school, doing it with a physical therapist. And so it was a very, the best way to put this is a mind changing game.
Sure.
Physical therapists take on more paperwork and more office work than hands-on work.
Yep.
Is what I first got the impression of, and I'm more of a hands-on guy, so I definitely changed my major into exercise science, and
Yeah.
so I finished that at UNCG. Because the curriculum changed so much, now we have what we call kinesiology. So kinesiology is a little bit different. So that's what I'm in school now to do, like some side classes.
Yep.
I really enjoy it. That's like my education background. But experience in Burlington, I've been doing this for now 11 years, going on 12 years. So
Ooh, all right.
having a little bit of fun.
There you go. Yeah. And chiropractors can fall into this trap too. In the physical therapy world, typically like the physical therapist is in charge of doing case management, meaning like
Yeah,
doing
case
the
management.
exams and the cases and that
Mhm.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then the PTAs, the physical therapy assistants, are kind of like the workhorses that do
Yes.
a lot of the exercise and things like that.
Yeah.
It's funny you kind of mention that because I would encourage anyone going to PT school or chiropractic school, like get your personal training, like certificate, your license.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
while you're going through school, not only is that like a great way to earn some side money, it's
Right.
going to prepare you huge for
Huge.
coming out on the other side and knowing how to work with people. I mean, like
Absolutely.
that's such like a hard and such an important aspect to what we do. And as we know, like exercise is just becoming like a bigger and bigger aspect of back pain and neck
Yeah.
pain and headaches. So I mean, like the information you would learn during that time would be just like crazy and valuable.
Absolutely. It took me again, like for a very good loop, like of knowledge, just getting
Yep.
all that, being certified too. I forgot to mention that I was a certified trainer as
Yeah,
I
that's
was
fine.
going through all that stuff
Okay,
too.
perfect. Yeah.
It worked out. I'm glad you said that. It matched really well, and I do advise that for anybody going in that field as well.
Anyone that
Um,
wants to go into some kind of manual medicine.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So, what is your why? You obviously have a lot of passion and you really enjoy what you do. So, I love that spark. What is it that drives you? What's your passion? Like, so for example, like mine, like I have a why. It's like every day I want to help my community live a pain-free, active lifestyle. Active being like being able to, if it's be able to do CrossFit or if it's be able to go out and walk the mile that they like to do every single morning. Like I want to help you do that and I want to help you do that pain-free. What is your why? What's your driving passion?
Well, I look at my why. First, I'd like to be the best.
Ooh, I
I'm
love
very
that. Me too. I
competitive.
love that.
I'm very competitive. That's why I dive deep with the knowledge in the books,
Hmm.
wanting to learn, like very thorough with this stuff, and helping others, servicing others. I can relate to wanting individuals to share that pain free. You can work out, you can be more active, and it doesn't have to be in pain to do it. You know, it's like,
Sure.
of course, we're going to experience burn and the normal body chemistry when you're working out. That's
Sure,
normal.
sure. You're
You know,
right.
everybody got to experience that. Even I still experience that today.
I would hope
No,
so. You got to tear
I
the
know,
muscle
right?
down a little bit to rebuild it back up.
I'm no Superman,
Eh,
but definitely, I'm very passionate about it because, again, servicing others and seeing them go through my programs and seeing them actually develop the mechanics that they need to progress in
Sure.
a safe manner, and then hearing back feedback or testimonials and say, hey, RJ, I was able to do a hike this past weekend. I felt the endurance. I did awesome.
That's good.
Or something like I was able to play baseball or softball with my daughter, son, whatnot, and I was enjoying it, not out of breath, shortness of breath, or hey,
Mm-hmm.
I went on a run, I felt great. So that kind of stuff is rewarding for me, and it motivates me to drive to keep doing what I do, Andy.
That's so good. Yeah. That happened to me a couple of years ago. Me being almost like the client, right? Instead, not in your position. I just remember that as I got active again a couple of years ago and kind of really took off with CrossFit, I remember starting to go on like multiple mile runs, right? And thinking to myself, like, shoot, my body should be able to do this. You know, it couldn't do it before, but it can do it now. And this is how it's designed to be. It's literally designed to do this. And I feel like, okay, like if I'm getting back to my body can actually perform it the way that it's supposed to be, it was very empowering.
Right. Very good. Very good. It's a feeling that I try to share with others that I feel when I work out personally.
Right.
And I see the gains in what I do, let's say outdoor activity. I know I do a lot of yard work on my weekends. And so I feel very good with, raking leaves, whether it's raking leaves, mowing the yard, or something simple as that, like your daily activity duties, that you're supposed to do, So I feel great and empowered to do it,
Yeah.
and versus like, oh man, I got to do this, like,
Yeah. How sore am I going to be afterwards?
How
It's going to
sore am
kill
I
me,
going to
right?
be? Exactly. So yes, yep.
I keep thinking if I should get a sit down mower, because it would be so convenient and it would be so useful, because I'm actually like in heavy woods where it'd be really useful for like hauling trees and
So
things like
check
that.
this out. Yeah.
But right, like, I mean, I would miss the hour and a half of push mow like exercise. I absolutely would. I know I would.
So the way I look at it, Andy, for 7 years, I mowed my yard with a push mower.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just recently, probably a couple months ago, I got a riding lawnmower, the zero turn. Oh my
Ooh,
God.
man, the fancy kind.
That's fun. Now I will say that's fun. Do I miss the push? No, because the time,
True,
but
true.
now to compensate for that loss
All
of
right.
cardio, I've increased my cardio through the week with more, like, let's say 15 or 20 more minutes on the bike per week or something like that. So there's no getting away with not doing cardio with me. So I mean,
How do you feel about cardio? I feel like cardio is sometimes it doesn't have to be controversial, but it doesn't have to be, but it does seem like whether or not, like, its importance really seems to kind of vary depending on who you talk to in the training world.
So I think, case by case, it can vary per individuals. Somebody who's fairly fit, maybe they don't have to do as much cardio because they have a really well-balanced nutrition plan or something like that, or someone who really needs to do cardio. Like, I mean, the general surgeon recommends we do 150 minutes cardio a week.
That's right. Yeah.
Good God. So that's 5 30-minute sessions. But if that's someone that is not active, more sedentary. So if
someone is active and they're lifting weights in the gym, is there a possibility that person doesn't do any cardio, or you still feel like someone like that still needs to do at least like one session a week, like sprinting?
At least 1 to 2 sessions a week. Still, that cardio is super important. I again, from my knowledge and from my experience, it's very important. They still do maybe 1 to 2 sessions a week, just to it's a different stimulus. So
that's true. Different kind of mode, right? What's your go-to cardio for clients? Obviously depends. I get it.
Okay, my go-to cardio, I've really been falling in love with the row machine. Yep. It's a good full body movement and exercise. But before that was the bike, Andy. I used to love
like an assault bike or a regular bike?
Assault bike. Oh yeah. Oh man,
Okay.
that
All
is
right.
hideous. I mean, that would really get your legs and heart rate thumping.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. You could say that.
so I definitely think I got more out of doing the road machine than bike. I mean,
Okay.
it's like it could be kind of controversial too. It depends on your goals. So me,
Sure.
if I want like a full body workout, and then the
Yeah.
handles. All right, so I'm on an assault bike, I'm gonna give you a quick example. If I'm on the assault bike, my focus is more driven with my legs because that's
Yep.
my dominant,
Yeah.
part of my body. I'm not really focused on pushing and pulling. It's supposed to be together, but with the row machine, it automatically for my body syncs to work. The
Yeah.
lat,
Push the through. Yeah. Right.
push, and pull, and or just kind of row as you row. All the mechanics of that. Um, my body function better on the road than it does bike. I don't know
Okay.
if that makes sense with you.
It does, and I'll tell you why I like the rower from a healthcare perspective, and
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it might make sense for you too. Think about how much that we do is flexion based,
right.
right? Is coming
Okay.
forward. I can't
Right.
think of any other version of cardio that's extension based, bringing yourself back into extension, and we don't do that enough.
We don't do that enough. Exactly. Yeah, we always hinge at the hips. That's exactly right. I
Yeah.
got you. Yeah, yeah. That's what I like the road.
Yeah. So, and I think that this leads me into my next question because I think it makes sense with your education and where it comes from. You are a NASM personal trainer. So, what is that, and how does that make you different? I feel like I know it already because of what we're already talking about previous
Yeah.
conversations. But other people, what does that mean?
So NASM stands for National Academy of Sports Medicine. It's a huge industry organization that um, certified trainers, of course, or upcoming trainers, and they have thorough research on their background of with the body. They have physical therapists, they have doctors, nutritionists that all back and support their research. And it's not only just here in the nation, it's international. So it's
Okay.
great. So you can train all over the world with this certification.
So you
And
can
the
take
fact
your
that
certification, move to China, and be able
yeah,
to operate as a personal
absolutely.
trainer there.
Yes. Yep. So that's the beauty of it. And then two, I like the fact that you have to have CEUs, continuing
Hmm.
education units, to maintain your certification.
Right.
Most of these, I call them rinky dink certifications where
Right.
you pay $100, you're certified.
Yep.
No, NASM is pretty expensive, but so I look at it as a wise investment because
Hmm.
if you're wanting the best, I say NASM is one of the best that will be very good for starters.
I would put it up there at least top two.
Top two,
And what I
absolutely. Yeah,
and what I like about NASM, sorry, I say
yeah,
NASM,
yeah,
sorry,
it's okay.
NASM, is
Yeah,
that what
NASM.
you're kind of already kind of talking about. It is heavy into the sciences and the actual kind of like healthcare aspect
Yeah,
of it, like how it's not just like, get down and give me 20, right? And like, here, let's
right,
run
right.
through these sets. You
Uh-huh.
guys, now we've already kind of talked about this. I love
Yeah,
FMS, functional movement systems, and you guys already have like a screening type of a tool that looks
yeah,
at functional movement to
right.
help people, avoid injury and things like that. So coming from that and learning that NASM already does something like that, it's kind of
Yes,
like, all right, like they get it. They understand how just basic movement is so important,
absolutely.
and how everything kind of flows from that.
Yes, yeah. So that overhead squat assessment is what we
Ooh,
call it.
yes, that's it. Ooh,
It
that's a good
it
one.
identifies all your weaknesses. It's
Yeah,
just a
because it's so
good move.
complex.
It's a
Yeah.
good move. So
Yep.
complex. It's
Yep.
awesome. So we use that, and then we take the client through a what we call an OPT model,
Okay.
optimal performance training. So it
Cool.
has 5 phases. You go through those 5 phases, and by the end of those phases, you should be a successful functional person. I
Okay.
think
I like that.
along the way, there might be some hiccups where you need to maybe adjust, but make the proper progressions. If we
Sure.
try to progress on a weekly or bi-weekly, again, it varies case by
Okay.
case. And
Going through progressions and regressions in terms of the
yeah,
actual
yeah,
specific
so
exercises. Got it.
manipulating programs
Yep.
or exercises to help suit that individual needs for their specific goals is very important. So we don't just go like in, well, it should be this. No, well, let's say so-and-so cannot do this, when we might need to regress and not really go into phase 3 yet.
Right. And that helps you be able to help more people.
Yes.
As opposed to just like someone who's already coming in more or less fit, right? You're able to kind of be able to serve so many more people as a result.
Absolutely. And also, not to forget this, Andy, is that what I like about it is it helps them with, again, specific goals. And we go back into that conversation of wanting a pain-free environment where they can enjoy physical activity. That's one of the things that I like about this program, or this industry to organize programs, because Andy, it's like lifestyle changes, goals, either if it's like being able to pick up a basket to do laundry. Some people can't really do that as much, but it helps them out a lot.
Not to like harp on this single word, but I think it keeps coming back to like trying to help empower the individual. There's a similarity between what I do and what you do in terms of trying to help that person, if it's through, be able to function in daily life, physically and not, fatigue out, if it's be able to go through their daily life and not be living in pain and having to bend down and try and do that laundry in pain. It's about being able to make that person more self-sufficient.
Yes, self-sufficient. That's the key word, self-sufficient. Yes, sir.
Who do you specialize in helping?
Right now, a huge bulk of my members is going to be the general population. I have some of the local college, which is Eline, students come by. I train some of their football players, soccer players. But again, I would say maybe 75% of my members will be the general population, the 8 to 5 goers,
Sure.
Something like that. So I specialize more in that. And I would like in my future to work more with athletes. But as of now, I think this is where I'm at.
We need more pro sports around here, don't we?
Right. We do. I totally agree.
I agree. So this is a fun question. What did you do? I know we're kind of coming out on the other side of this and gyms are now allowed to kind of more operate. What did you do during COVID to stay healthy and to keep yourself going?
Brought the gym here.
There you go. There's the home gym.
Good, but I got some other stuff on the back of that side there. Awesome. So I just brought the studio here at the house in the garage, and I continue to work out here. I stayed outside. Andy, I can't sit still.
Just stay outside. If you're outside, you're probably going to be doing something active, which is going to help you just, burn calories.
Yeah.
I bought rings and installed them in my garage, and then I also bought a weight vest.
Nice.
Yeah, it took some getting used to for running, the cardio aspect of it, because I kind of learned that you have to like actually kind of change your body
mechanics
of running as you are running.
Yes.
By the end of the first mile, I had it down. But like at the beginning, it was kind of like, it actually was like making it a lot harder.
They have a app, Run with Kevin Hart, something like that.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, it's hilarious. So I think they teach you the mechanics of how to run, and pace yourself and breathe.
Kevin Hart, the comedian?
The comedian, yes.
That weight vest on him would be like down to his knees. No offense to him.
Hey, look, that's so true. Hey, but seriously, once you get the mechanics of running, I can see where people say they get the runner's high and they enjoy running. But Andy, I'm gonna be honest, running is not for me. I can't
do more than a mile.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I have no interest in doing more than a mile. After about that, my body starts to go, why are we doing this? Like, what's the point?
I'm totally with you on that one. I'm more of a sprinter, but I definitely just do a mile. I'm good with that.
What is your best piece of advice for someone who wants to start becoming more active and start their fitness journey?
I would say, from my personal experiences, and like, again, I base it off my personal experience and just try to share again with others what I went through to avoid not going down that road. So if you can help it and improve your health now while you can, please do it, because you have so many health benefits from exercise, whether it's just basic cardio or just changing the way you eat. You know, that's huge. But
And don't try and do too much at once, especially with the diet.
That's absolutely right. So my advice would say take one day at a time, just like taking 1,000-piece puzzle. You're not going to be able to do it all at once. So, you know, start with the edges and work your way to the center, or vice versa. Start away from the center, then out, spread out. However, whatever works for you. I would probably say start one day at a time, and again, just slowly try to make change. And if you make a mistake along the journey, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. So try again. Just try to have more good days than bad days.
I like that. What would you recommend the average person to start with first, diet or exercise?
Because diet is so complex and so overwhelming, I would typically approach the physical activity first. Get the metabolism.
So would Scott Barbie, if you asked him. He says it just takes a lot longer to build muscle. So start there.
Yeah. So start there and then kind of slowly make those changes with the nutrition, because society has always sets us up to fail when it comes to nutrition.
That's true, ain't that?
Because it's fast food chain.
It's everywhere. It's like, stop preaching, how healthy. It's so like hypocritical, or the dichotomy of it is just crazy in terms of like, okay, this is what we want you to do. Mm-hmm. Okay, now let's make that the absolute hardest thing possible. Right, in terms of like availability, cost, like everything.
It's I totally agree with that, Andy.
So thank you, RJ, so much. Where can people learn more about you, and where can they reach you?
So I have a Facebook page, Underground Muscle LLC.
Underground Muscle LLC.
UG Muscle, #UG Muscle.
Okay.
Then you can Google me. I'm on Google, just Underground Muscle, and then it has some pretty good information on that website.
And they can reach you that way as well?
They can reach me that way as well.
Good. All right. RJ, thank you very much. This was a lot of fun. It's always such a pleasure to have a good conversation with you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, RJ.
All right, buddy. Take care. Have a good one.
Take care.